Hi, I'm Richard,
I'm Paul.
and this is
Sunday Chat.
Welcome. We're fresh off the plane from Heathrow International Airport, direct to you from Guernsey. No,
No, we've
we've
not
come
in
from
Guernsey.
Guernsey.
Yeah.
We've just come from Heathrow on a hot, sweaty bus. Hot and sweaty.
We went on the tube first and then we got on a hot bus.
Well, we were on a plane first, weren't we?
After we got off the plane.
From lovely sunny Guernsey that was 10 degrees cooler than it is in blistering hot West London, which is 32 degrees.
It is very hot.
Very hot. But
However,
the humidity's not too bad.
Yeah, it is hot, but it doesn't feel as hot as it did a few weeks ago when it was blistering hot.
And of course it will cool down rapidly as the sun goes down.
There's a moth. Yes, it will. It will. And that sun is really going quite swiftly now.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to this point in the day and it drops. I mean, we're getting into almost autumn. And I do feel, Paul, that we're going to have a gorgeous, gorgeous September.
What, weather-wise?
Yeah, Indian summer.
But the trees are already losing their
They
leaves.
are.
And I think that's because, again, we had a prolonged dry spell.
It wasn't that dry.
It was a good few weeks without water and without virtually any water.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We had quite a few showers, Paul. It's been
but
nothing like last year.
No, nothing like last. I didn't say it was like last year.
But you said prolonged
Prolonged.
several weeks with no water.
We did.
Did we?
And then
I
we
don't
had
remember.
torrential rain, which then runs off the surface and doesn't go in.
Well, I must have been
And
in
then
a
it
parallel
bakes again.
dimension then.
Well, not unusual. So, yeah. Anyway,
We've been to
thank
Guernsey. No, Guernsey first, Paul.
Oh.
Let's tell the story in order.
We got to Heathrow, we got on the plane, we went to Guernsey, we saw Mum, we had a nice time, we got back on the plane, we flew back to Heathrow, and then we came home.
Cut. So how was Mum, Paul?
She was good.
Yeah, she was good. She was good.
She's walking a little bit better than she was last time. In fact, I think quite a bit better than she was last time, which was better than the time before and the time before. And is on the button, isn't she?
She's good. I mean, she's getting on. I mean, she's getting on.
Well, she's 87.
But she's doing her best to be careful, to take regular exercise. She takes herself off on a little walk around the complex that she lives in.
Yeah. And Martin takes her as well on a longer route.
She's getting out, she's doing stuff for herself, she's being as active as she can be.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Well, she's getting out around the complex where she is, but needs help with shopping and things like that.
Yeah.
But actually is now, my brother built a ramp for her at the back so that she can get out onto the patio.
Yeah.
And she loves, as you may know if you've looked at our videos over the last year or so, Mum loves getting out on the patio. So we went out on the patio yesterday and did some deadheading of geraniums and lilies and just a bit of weeding in the pots around the patio and watering. Today, before we left, I potted on a lavender, that big lavender I potted on, gave it a really, really good water. So yeah, Mum's in good form, and the carers are fantastic. The carers Mum have are fantastic. Thank you very much. It does alleviate concerns to know that people are visiting Mum as well as my brother on a regular basis and making sure that she's well. We did have a visit to Specsavers.
We did.
Which is near the lovely town church in St Peter Port. But it's a bit of a for someone who's lacking mobility, it's a bit of a
trek.
trek.
St. Peter Port is very hilly. It's on the side of a hill, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's quite a steep hill. So there are lots of hills to climb. But, you know, she managed it. You dropped us off. We walked up the ramp. There's a sort of big ramp.
Granite.
So we managed that. That was okay. I think as long as your mum's got support,
yeah,
she can manage okay. She's got a couple of walkers. So she's got one for outside with wheels,
like walking frames,
and a little seat that she can sit on, and she's got a walking frame for indoors as well. So you know, she can get about relatively well.
And the Specsavers bit wasn't too bad. You have to go from one area to do this, and another area to do that, another area for the eye test, and then you come out and choose your glasses. Because Mum's prescription had changed and she wanted new glasses, but she only wanted one pair. She didn't want 2 pairs.
And she had about 200 pairs to choose from.
And
really? There's too much choice. Isn't there just too much choice nowadays, you know? You go to a shop to buy something, there's 20 million of them, you know. You go on to...
Certainly 2,000.
You go onto a website, you put in I want this
X
on Amazon, and you get pages and pages and pages of choice. There's too much choice. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, all of that product has either got to end up somewhere, either in somebody's possession, or not. It's going to end up somewhere. All that plastic, all that rubbish, it's going to end up somewhere.
But it's the choice. I do find sometimes I'm looking for something and there's so much choice, I just think, fine, I'll just stick with what I've got.
But what happens when people don't buy that product?
And
Do
they don't
I mean?
make any more of it, and it sits
And
on
where
a
does
shelf until it gets sold, and it will go off to be sold at a cheaper price somewhere else.
And what if it still doesn't get
I don't know.
You know.
But anyway,
Do you know what I
going
mean?
back to Mum's glasses, so she tried a pair on, and she tried about 20 pairs on, and then then the sales guy came over and he suggested a pair, which were really nice. They were blue, really nice. Mum was happy with them. We thought fantastic, and then Mum sort of intimated maybe another pair. So we thought, let's get 2 the same, but no, Mum wanted a different one. So then we've found a sort of pinky reddy pair that Mum really liked, so fantastic. And then the sales guy was not going to try and sell us more than 2 pairs of glasses, but sort of suggested something else. And Richard and him were about the same height, and Richard went, no more choice. Because we could have been there ages.
Hours.
And we had another appointment at the doctor in about half an hour's time. And I had to go and get the car to come back to where we were to pick Mum up. And
you see, it opens up that question, doesn't it? You know, about accessibility for people who are disabled, you know. It's so poor in most places, you know. I mean, even that ramp, I mean, that was installed in the memory of some guy who did a lot for disabled people.
Right, okay.
Because there's a plaque.
Right.
But you get to the top of that ramp, and to one side, there are steps and a drop. So, you know, it's kind of really helpful and then really dangerous. So I found that a bit bizarre. But generally, accessibility, especially on trains, is terrible. It's terrible.
Well,
really,
most
really
we've seen
bad.
various videos of the female comedian who's had issues a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
anyway,
I think it is.
let's
just
move
generally.
on.
I did see a fantastic thing about some steps to a modern building that were actually built around the ramp. The ramp was designed first, and then the steps were designed around it. And effectively, the ramp sort of cut through the steps, or the steps sort of flowed through the ramp. Really, really clever.
Great.
Really clever bit of design. So
Anyway, let's move on, because this is going to be a quick one.
it is.
Very quick. Very quick.
Liz from Planet Vegetaria, thank you very much for
Thank you.
our lily bulbs.
Lily bulbs.
Now Liz has sent us
Ooh,
lily bulbs, tree lily bulbs,
gorgeous.
3 tree lily bulbs,
They're
and
beautiful.
also
Don't get dirt on my sofa.
3 mixed lily bulbs.
Oh, mixed lily bulbs.
And I think these were from the Southport show, I think.
But
Fine,
I think
right.
they,
Liz got
I
it on there.
think they're going to go in the plot.
You don't want a tree lily in the back garden?
Well, I'd love a tree lily in the back garden, but I fear that it won't get enough sun.
Don't you
in
think
the back
it would do
garden.
well under... Oh, maybe not, no.
Well, no. You want to put... I mean, how well do bulbs do in that garden anyway? Not that well.
No, they don't.
We get the odd tulip come up, and that's
Yeah.
it. So I think they'd be better suited to the plot. Yeah,
They
do
will
it.
be at the plot.
do it.
So I know where I'm going to put them. There's going to be a bit of changing around of some of what we do over the winter, and you'll see that. And I'm also hopeful that at the allotment there may be an extension to our communal area, which will be interesting. Need to talk to the charity about that first, but yeah. And then a bit of a downer. Our community gardens fence, an extended fence line, because the community gardens is being extended by the charity, and 3 or 4 panels of fence line, which is big concrete posts with solid panels, wooden panels. I think they must be about 8 foot high, something like that. 3 or 4 had been sawed down the edge of each of the concrete panels
and pushed over.
Which effectively then exposed the community gardens to anybody who was passing by who...
And isn't it interesting that this followed the attempt of a stranger to break into the community gardens last week? Isn't this interesting? But we can't say any more.
No.
Because it's in the hands of the authorities now.
Yes. So we'll leave it there, but fingers crossed. But it's just such a shame when people do things like this, especially when it's all about community engagement. So
there are criminals in the world.
Also, Planet Vegetaria. Are you a Planet Vegetarian?
Well, I'm something. I'm not sure what.
At the moment...
Paul's not.
I'm not.
He's been blocked by Facebook for liking things too quickly. Really?
I can't believe it.
He's a bloody moderator on that group. He's an admin on the group. It's my group. I set it up. I think you'll find. And I've complained. Paul's complained.
I complain.
And said, look, hang on a second. This is our group. It's our job to like things. Really, Facebook? We love you, but sometimes you really take the biscuit.
I mean,
really?
it is every single
Ridiculous.
Post that I
Ridiculata.
like, I have read. So someone will post something, I'll read it, I'll like it, if indeed I do, or angry or smiley or whatever. And then when people comment, I go through the comments and I read each of the comments, and I will like them, and ones that need an additional comment or maybe a funny comment or something serious, I'll then do another comment. So I'm active on it and you're active on it, but they actually think that I'm too active on it and too quick with my button pressing. And actually I only ever like something if I've read it. I don't just go through going like. Because as people on Planet Vegetaria, can't say it, Planet Vegetaria will know, I will like something, and then if it actually says something funny or
You've
says
said
something,
all this,
I will then put a different emoji. So, you know, it's Facebook.
So, just to let you know, if you don't get a response on Planet Vegetaria from Paul, he's currently blocked. Okay?
Yes.
We're doing what we can to rectify the situation.
Otherwise, Richard will have to do it all himself.
If I get blocked too for liking things too quickly, then
others will have to do it.
you have to just,
Get on
chat amongst yourselves.
Yeah, and
Really.
we'll watch from the sidelines.
Annoying. Very annoying.
Do remember, we're also on Twitter. That's Richard and Paul 1. So that's at Richard and Paul 1 on Twitter. And we're on Instagram, which is Richard and Paul. He does Instagram.
And
I
you
do Twitter.
Twitting thing.
I do twitting. So I think that's about it, really.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
So what are we going to eat for dinner this evening, Paul?
Tomatoes.
Oh, yes. We've got our first... Oh, I know what we could do. We could do that gorgeous, divine pasta sauce with just tomatoes. Couldn't we? In
Maybe.
the oven.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? It's the most divine, best pasta sauce you'll ever have. Literally. We've got a video on it. I'll put a card in here.
That means putting the oven on.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
And then
It's not
boiling
that hot.
water.
Oh, shut up.
I don't know. We might just have a salad.
No, I'm in the mood for something good.
Are you in the mood for dancing?
Well, it is warm, but
romancing.
What?
Da.
Shut up. Honestly. We're going now. That's it. That's all, folks, for this week.
I need to go down and water.
I need to water as well. I need to put some decent clothes on. So I'm wearing this very thin cotton Indian shirt. I'm completely naked underneath as well. Paul, don't do that. It's disgusting. We're going
When we were going on the bus, sorry, we got the bus to get to the tube, and we bumped into one of the community
No,
goal.
Paul, I don't think so.
She thought he was a bit of a hottie.
I don't think so. I think she needs to go to Specsavers. We're going now. Goodbye. That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. Silence.
Oh, RuPaul's Drag Race UK has been announced.
Drag Race UK. Lovely.
So Google.
Yeah. We're going now. That's it. We'll see you very soon. Sorry it's so short, but we can't be bothered. No, seriously, we're tired. We need to relax and water and do all those jobs.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we also need to water somebody else's.
This has got to be edited and put out.
Yeah.
Tonight.
And what's it now? About 5:30?
Oh God, I don't know. It's
about
late.
5:30. The time is compacting.
Is it?
Well,
Really?
sort of. Not much time.
No.
It's bank holiday tomorrow.
Bank holiday tomorrow.
In the UK.
In the UK. Blah 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 blah.
Nice.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be. Bye. We're going now.
Bye.
Bye. In a while, crocodile and all of that.